In March of 2018, Hirsch and Shout Factory shocked the world with the announcement that no one saw coming. Gravity Falls would be getting a complete series box set. This was a major deal at the time, given fans had been asking for one long before the show had even ended, and there had been letter writing campaigns done to try and get Disney to make it happen too. And at long last, it was happening. Gravity Falls was the third Disney TVA cartoon to get a DVD box set, and the first to get a Blu-ray release. 2018 ended up being a very great year for Gravity Falls, as alongside the box set, we got Lost Legends and with it, 4 brand new stories. Honestly, if you were a Gravity Falls fan back in 2018, you remember how exciting that time was. It felt like we were on top of the world again. The show was once again relevant and popular amongst beyond just the Gravity Falls fandom itself. The box set gave us hours of new content like commentaries, a behind-the-scenes documentary, deleted scenes, and more. Most importantly, of course, it gave us the chance to say that we owned all of the show in one physical set. And as this code at the bottom says, hold the entire summer in our hands. But alas, the days of the box set are coming to an end, for on the 14th of September 2022, Shout Factory announced that the box set was being discontinued, with the final restock set for March 2023, 5 years on from its release. This announcement has come as quite a shock, given the GF box set was back in the day a pretty big hit and one that Shout Factory themselves have been proud of to be behind. I mean, it's often one that gets advertised on their website a lot and people are made aware of it. So this discontinuation is a real puzzle. Now, these things do happen. I mean, DVD box sets get discontinued all the time, but for how popular Gravity Falls still is, and with how much of an almost flagship type item it's been for Shout Factory, this almost makes no sense at all. I mean, Shout Factory has a bunch of other shows as well that have DVD box sets and releases, and many of them are probably not as popular as Gravity Falls is, and yet they're still available for sale, and still have box sets being made. So for Gravity Falls, one of their biggest and most popular shows, to suddenly be discontinued makes literally no sense in that sense. Of course, we don't know 100% what the reasoning behind it is, and likely never will, but in terms of speculating, there is one reason that I can think of. In asking around and looking at just what has been the common trend lately, the best reasoning we have as to what's going on is that Disney likely is the one behind it. I mean, Gravity Falls so far has been the only cartoon to get a full box set since it's got it, and other show creators like Matt Braley have been wanting their shows to get one as well, to no avail. Plus, if you've been paying attention, you'll know that Disney has been pretty mistreating of Gravity Falls as of late. I mean, they did almost nothing for the 10-year anniversary of the show, beyond just a couple of tweets acknowledging it, and beyond that, not much else. I mean, Alex ultimately did a lot more for Gravity Falls. Heck, I think even I did a lot more for Gravity Falls' 10-year anniversary than Disney, and I'm just like one idiot on YouTube. But yeah, like, it just shows, and on top of that, don't even get me started about the art book that was canceled back in 2020. Like, that alone was something so frustrating, and still something people are not gonna forget about. And like, now we're getting hit with this. I honestly don't think Shout Factory themselves are the ones behind it. I think it's Disney who made them pull the plug. And I mean, there's another reason as well. I mean, Disney is now likely wanting to focus more on streaming, so they're likely going to be pulling the plug on their physical media. You know, the ones that don't have the Star Wars or Marvel logo on them. Maybe that's what we gotta do to keep the box set going. Just get Shout Factory to slap a Marvel logo on it and boom. It'll never be discontinued no matter how poor the sales get. Of course, this is just a speculation. Whatever the true reason is, we will likely not know. This could be Disney's doing, and them no longer wanting Shout Factory to sell the box set, perhaps pulling the rights away from Shout Factory, being like, hey, you're no longer allowed to make this, and, you know, just that's it. Or it could actually be Shout Factory themselves doing it, and they could just be like deciding that, okay, it's been long enough for this box set, it's time to discontinue it and move on to something else. But personally, I'm not entirely sold on that possibility, just with how much they've promoted the box set, and still do to an extent. I mean, they did a lot more advertising for the box set than Disney ever did for the release of Lost Legends or any of the other books at the time. This, of course, is also sad in terms of the future of other shows getting box sets. If it's Disney behind it, then say goodbye to any dreams of an Amphibia box set or an Owl House box set. Matt, Dana, if you're watching this by some chance, just saying, slap a Marvel badge on your shows and they'll give you a box set instantly. Just saying. And look, even if you're a streaming only person who only has like Disney Plus accounts and are only focused on wanting Disney to focus on streaming only, having physical copies of media is something still popular and worth doing. I mean, there's a reason Matt Burley has said he'd love to have an Amphibia box set. I mean, just think about the stuff that is on the Gravity Falls box set. Deleted scenes, commentaries, behind the scenes documentaries, obscure media from the show that is not that well known. It's available on the box set, easily able to be watched by anyone. I mean, some of these things aren't even available outside of the US. So like, even though the box set is only region locked to region 1, so Canada and the US, for us Canadian Gravity Falls fans, this has been a real treat to have, because like, it's allowed us to see things that were only available in the US. So this is something that's helped us a lot. And I mean, I know for international fans, this might not be as big of a news because they have never been able to get their hands on the box set, but regardless, it's still a big thing because, you know, it's the end of the Gravity Falls box set. I mean, Disney Plus would never have stuff like this. That's why box sets are so important for this stuff. They're for the exclusive media that you cannot get anywhere else and has no home other than on a disc. Gravity Falls is lucky enough to get that, but it may now be the last one to do so. I mean, that's the thing. There could be deleted scenes from Amphibia, from the Owl House. There could be commentaries, behind the scenes documentaries that could be made for these shows, and things revealed. Like, Matt Burley could reveal behind the scenes unknown Amphibia episodes that were gonna happen, or cut plots and things that could happen. Like, Amphibia fans would eat this stuff up. I mean, as an Amphibia fan, of course, I would too. And same with the Owl House. Like, these shows have so much content that could be revealed from these creators who have these stories that they want to tell. And these box sets are the perfect place for that. Like, Alex revealed so much stuff in his own commentaries on the box set for Gravity Falls that we didn't previously know. It's still something that I go back to and I'm surprised when I hear. So, for that reason, it's just so sad that now more fans will never be able to get to hear this stuff. And because if Disney is really behind this, then there will likely never be another box set again for other shows. So it's just heartbreaking. But with that said, the question now is what's going to happen next? Well, come March 2023, Shout Factory will restock the box set for the last time. And once it sells out, that's it. No more restocking. No more box sets on Shout Factory. If you're wanting the box set after that point, you're going to have to pray you can find a cheap one on eBay, because let's face it, sellers there are going to have a field day marking these things up as high as they can get when these things go out of stock. They're probably doing it right now. They're probably seeing the tweet there, like, finally it's our time. Like, we can sell these things and make hundreds of dollars. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if in a year's time we see copies of the Blu-ray and DVD release being sold for over $200 on eBay. Like, most of these things I've ever sold for on Shout Factory have been up to $99 for the Blu-ray copies. So you can tell these things are going to be marked up ridiculously high. And it's going to, again, like with Journal 3 Special Edition, with copies being sold for like $10,000 at some points, and probably will in the future too, on the regular basis, like, it's going to take Gravity Falls fans who want these things away from the ability to do so, and put only the collectors with the deep pockets the chance to own these things, which I'm thinking even probably they will not be wanting to do so given how expensive it's going to be. I mean, there's a fine line between collecting something and then spending a ridiculous amount of something. I mean, as a Gravity Falls collector myself, I know where the boundaries are in that sense. But yeah, unless you don't want to have to go through and look through super expensive listings, get the box set while you can. It's still available. It's still going to be a restock until 2023. And if you have been on the fence about it, now's your chance. Now's the time. Don't delay. Even if you're not going to go watch it immediately, just buy the box set. Like, tell someone else that you want this box set. Make it a Christmas present that you're already knows they're gonna get. Like, tell someone who tell the Gravity Falls fan in your life, buy this box set, because he or she is probably gonna be so heartbroken when they find out that this thing existed and it's sold out and they weren't able to get it. Yeah, like, if you are wanting it, just do it. Like, I can tell you from personal experience that the box set is worth every single penny. Watching those commentaries and behind-the-scenes documentaries back in 2018 was one of the best things I've ever done. And it was really probably where my Gravity Falls love peaked, if that makes sense. Like, that's where I was, like, at the purest of just, like, loving the show. And yeah, it's gonna suck that newer fans are never gonna have this chance. Oh, and by the way, buy the box set off of Shout Factory's own website, as Amazon has an issue with fake copies being sold. I'll link a video that better explains the situation above and below, but just avoid Amazon. I mean, that, or be very careful which Amazon seller you get it from, because there's some sellers that will probably sell fake copies, but there is, I think, still an official seller from Amazon themselves that have the legitimate real box set from Shout Factory. So if you're going to buy from Amazon, just be careful. Could the exclusive content end up elsewhere? I mean, it's possible. The commentaries are available on Spotify, and likely someone one day will post all the box set exclusive videos as well online. I mean, I've seen them occasionally posted online in the past, but they get taken down quickly. I think probably copyright related, but now that it's going to be discontinued, who knows, like, it might stick around. So if you are wanting to watch the documentary or the commentaries, just do some digging if you're not wanting to buy the box set and miss the time to buy a box set if you're watching this video in the future and the box set's been discontinued. Just look around, you're probably going to find something. The best case scenario here is that it could end up on Disney Plus, like the documentary ends up on Disney Plus, the commentaries and more. That would be great, but I highly doubt it. I'll put it this way. I have more faith in Disney giving Star Wars: The Force of Evil a 5th season than I do of them putting the Gravity Falls commentaries and box set exclusive items onto Disney Plus when the box set goes out of stock. That's just how low my expectations and confidence in Disney is. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video to let you all know what's going on with the Gravity Falls box set, and yeah, it's a really sad day, especially given newer generations of fans will no longer have the option to buy the box set physically within a few months. And to be honest, this is the worst day that they could have announced it, because this is not only the 10-year anniversary of Gravity Falls' release, but, you know, we're approaching the 5-year anniversary of the box set, and now it's going to be ending on the 5-year anniversary of the box set's announcement. So that's great. Oh yeah, and on top of that, The Owl House's 3rd season was released, like, the announcement of the release date was made today. So yeah, way to ruin the moment, Shout Factory, or to be honest, if we're being honest here, most likely Disney is the one to blame. So yeah, way to ruin the moment, Disney. So yeah, not a good time to be a Gravity Falls fan. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say in this video. I just wanted to let people know more so that the box set is now coming to an end. So yeah, once again, buy the box set if you can. And if you cannot, find some means to do so if you are really, really wanting these things. Yeah. That's it. Fuck Disney. And yeah, thanks Shout Factory. Even though it's heartbreaking you're going to be ending the box set, I'm thankful that you gave the show a chance and you helped make this possible, because for us Gravity Falls fans, this was a really great item, and it's sad it's going, but at least we'll always, the ones of us who still have the box set will always have it as an item and be able to say we hold the summer in our hands. So yeah, thanks Shout Factory. Wish it could have lasted longer. But yeah, that's now officially it on this video, and I'm gonna go now. Bye.
If I could reply to every single letter in one group right now, I would say, thank you so much for loving the show. You're the reason we kept going. You're the reason that we got through those long nights and we got through all those meetings and that we completed the story. And you're the reason that we're making this DVD and that we're still making comics. The Gravity Falls fandom was kind of the best thing that ever happened to me. And even though I don't feel like there's any way I could possibly repay this much love, we feel that by, you know, trying to still keep the fan community alive and making DVDs and behind the scenes like this, we're giving back a tiny piece of